Today we're going to do some legs, glutes, and abs, mostly from the ground. I'm going to try to do some compound movements that work both your legs and your abs, but really my main areas of focus are generally going to be my lower body and my abs. And then everything else sort of sorts itself out normally. But right now with quarantine, I have to be a little more mindful about my workout split and making sure that I hit, all the different body parts that I normally rely on other activities to keep fit and lean. So a bunch of friends asked me to talk about diet and nutrition, and again, I am no nutritionist, but I can tell you what I do. So in terms of diet, I am an intermittent faster. I know that's so kind of trendy right now, but I've been doing it for a couple of years. I'm probably on my third year of it, and really for me it works very well for a variety of reasons. One is because I have a really kind of a bad stomach, and resting my digestive tract for 16 hours a day really has had great results for me in terms of not having as many issues with eating food later in the day. I don't know, that's the most compelling reason I've stuck with it this long. It definitely helps cut calories. It's kind of a life hack. And then some people ask, what do you eat when you are eating? So between 12 and 8, when I'm eating, what do I eat? So any good friend of mine will tell you that I eat a lot like a 6-year-old. It's really bad. I've been really working on it now. So because I come from kind of a bodybuilding background, I tend to try to focus on macros. So I can link some stuff about macros below, but basically it's focusing on the macronutrients in your diet. For me, I like to think about what I can eat and should eat and not what I cannot eat and should not eat. It's just like a mental trick, but I'm all about kind of positive motivation and not negative reinforcement. So I should eat a lot more protein than I normally do. So I try to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight a day, or a little more depending on what I'm trying to do. So in my sort of non-quarantine normal life, I would wake up, I would have hot water with lemon or tea, and then I would kind of do some kind of athletic activity most of the morning. And once I got the kids sorted out into school, I would play tennis, I would go work out, I would go to a class, but I do all that fasted, and I really don't, it doesn't trip me up at all. I just kind of am in the mode. And I think it's really mental. It's about telling yourself you're fine and believing that you're going to be okay. I'm no doctor, I'm no nutritionist, this is just what works for me. So it's intermittent fasting, and then during my feeding window of 12 to 8 p.m., I focus on my macros, mostly eat a lot of protein, Amy, and maybe not so much butter and crackers. But I really don't stress the rest of it. I really don't. So as I said before, because I have a bodybuilding background, when people ask me they want to lose weight or how do you lose weight, that's really a tough question because I don't weigh myself a lot. I mean, if I weigh myself every 3 months, it's probably a lot, because I'm really more focused on body composition, sort of lean muscle mass versus fat mass. And I really don't care what that number says. I care what I look like, and that's what works for me. I would encourage everybody to try to think of their body in terms of composition and not a number on a scale, because I probably weigh a lot more than you think because I have a lot of muscle, but I can fit in smaller sizes because it's muscle mass and not, well, it is a little bit fat mass. Don't get me wrong, but So my kind of experiment on quarantine, it's not for everybody, but for me, it's been a body recomposition, which means no change in weight necessarily, but a change in muscle mass versus fat mass. So I'm trying to build or maintain muscle while decreasing fat. That's tough, but I love a challenge. So I'm really focused on protein in terms of my macros, and I find that if I focus on the protein number, that protein is so satisfying that generally between the intermittent fasting, kind of cutting my appetite down, and the protein intake really giving me long sustainable energy from those calories, then I'm not really worried too much about what else I eat. I mean, I don't eat cookies all day, but I also do eat pasta a lot, and I eat bread, and I eat ice cream sundaes. And I just balance it because it's volume. I don't eat a ton. So for this workout today, I am going to lie down on the ground. I'm probably going to use a couple of things, none of which you need, okay? You do not need anything for this workout except maybe a soft surface for your knees. I have like a pad, but just make sure you have like a rolled up mat or a carpet or something if your knees hurt. And then check out my ankle weights. I'm gonna put some ankle weights on. Don't need them, but I happen to have them, so I'm going to use them to make a couple of things a little harder, but I'll show you both ways. Okay, so get some water, and remember, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and hit that alarm bell so that you know when I post new videos, and please comment below and ask me any questions you want about diet, nutrition, life, whatever. And today, I feel like I always want to know what girls are wearing in their videos in case I'm feeling it. So this is a Nike Pro top. I'll link that below, see? And it's short and it comes down in the front, and I just absolutely love that. And then I'm wearing the Navigation pink curve tights, I'm guessing on the name, that I had in my try on last week. So that's it, and get ready because I'm gonna do it. So you do it, let's do it together. Let's go. All right, so first off, we're gonna warm up for a minute with, it's like get in a sumo squat and then do a calf raise, and then you're gonna do a 180-degree jump to the other side. I think I switched directions like halfway. These are hard, do your best, and you can always step instead of jump, but try to jump just to get your heart rate up and your muscles a little loose for the workout. So now if you have that fabric band, which I call a hip circle, put it on over your knees and do my classic activation, the banded frog pumps for 20 reps. Slow and mindful, really tucked under, put a lot of tension in the band, which means spread your knees apart and get warmed up. Now we'll do flying clams, 15 each side. Keep your elbow under your shoulder and lift your hip off the ground while bringing your knees apart. Think activation. Now we're going to do some sliding squats. They're kind of like skater squats if you've ever done those. Stay low and kind of glide side to side in a squat, and then almost straighten one leg and then the other. These are burning and hard, especially if you go slow and you really stay down in that flex position, but they're awesome.
Now I'm going to strap on my Suzanne Summers ankle weights and do rainbows, which really just means like kind of tracing a rainbow shape with a straight leg when you're on all fours. Always slow, always think mind muscle connection, and really go as wide as you can because those angles are what really make a difference. Now for the next movement, we're going to kind of do the opposite, and I call them U's. So you're going to float your leg and trace like a kind of capital letter U. If you have the weights, put them on. If not, these are really hard. Just you know how to make it harder. Go slow, do more, do 2 sets, whatever you need to do. Now, staying on the ground, we're going to do fire hydrants to a leg extension. So, knee up to the side and then straighten your leg, bend it back and down, and that's one. Do 20 on each side. Now we're going to do check marks. So you're going to lie on your side and you're going to have the bottom leg bent and you're going to think like make a check mark with your leg. So knee to the ground at an angle and then back straight at an angle. Do 20 reps per side. Now for a burnout, you're going to do a reverse lunge and then move your foot to three positions. So the middle position is a regular reverse lunge, then it's a curtsy lunge where you're crossing your leg at a diagonal, and then it's kind of out wide at the opposite diagonal. And that's just do it until you can't do another one on each side. That's kind of your burnout. And these are really hard and really good. And again, it's all about these little angles that really work each muscle of your glutes and the hamstring glute tie-in and really change your shape. Now we'll do some abs incorporating glutes and legs. So get in a plank and you're going to just do a leg lift, alternating 20 on each side, so 40 total. Stay strong, stay centered, suck in your core. Don't overarch your lower back, but really try to flex your glutes and feel it there. Now it's a variation on that last move, so get in a plank and you're going to kick back and then tuck your knee in to your chest, 20 on each side. For the last move, we're going to do cross body toe touches. So lay on your back and then alternate touching your hand to your foot. Keep your leg as straight as you can. You shouldn't feel this in your lower back or your hip flexors. If so, just bend your knee and do 20 per side, and then we're done. Now it's time to stretch and cool down a bit. Definitely stretch out your legs because that was pretty intense for really targeted muscle group work. So spend a little time loosening up, thinking about what you did, setting your intention for the rest of the day, what you want to do tomorrow. Make a plan and stick with it. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, I'll do it if you do it. See you guys next time. Bye.